Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes.
What the feds just uncovered in Floyd Mayweather's house is terrifying. They're going after Floyd Mayweather's bag. Remember the brother that walked around with $100 million check in his bag, said he ain't even got to cash it? Well, they on his line.
I think it got to right now because the money gone. So the money's really gone.
A startling development has surfaced involving boxing icon Floyd Money Mayweather. Fresh reports suggest that federal authorities may have uncovered what is being described as a $420 million financial operation connected to the former champion. Sources claim that investigators executed a search at his Las Vegas residence, where they reportedly encountered indications of complex financial irregularities. The allegations point toward large-scale monetary maneuvering, disputed investment dealings, and accounts believed to have international ties. These revelations have triggered intense public reaction, particularly because they challenge the carefully built image of Mayweather's high-profile lifestyle and business empire following his retirement from the ring. The situation escalated even further after a powerful on-air response from ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith. Known for his outspoken style, Smith addressed the reports with visible emotion and direct commentary. His candid reaction quickly gained traction online, amplifying the conversation and reflecting concerns already circulating among fans and observers. As the story continues to unfold, attention remains focused on the implications these claims could have for one of boxing's most recognizable figures.
I'll show you a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys.
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drive.
According to emerging reports, federal authorities carried out a search at Floyd Mayweather's luxury Las Vegas estate, a move that quickly captured national attention. Shortly after news of the operation surfaced, additional claims began circulating. Sources indicated that the search was reportedly linked to a broader probe examining a complex financial network. Investigators are said to be reviewing allegations involving layered shell companies, cryptocurrency channels allegedly used for illicit fund transfers, and questionable investment ventures connected to individuals believed to be part of Mayweather's close professional circle. The situation rapidly intensified online as more details surrounding the reported investigation came into focus.
Hey, what's up everybody? So check it out. This morning I was walking through Beverly Hills and I passed by Floyd Mayweather's $30 million mansion. It's over 15,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, resort-style backyard.
Individuals said to have knowledge of the matter report that authorities collected a substantial volume of evidence during the operation. The items allegedly taken include multiple digital devices, extensive financial records, paperwork related to offshore accounts, and secured ledger files protected through encryption. Based on those same accounts, investigators are reviewing transactions that could total as much as $420 million. With the funds reportedly linked to potential fraudulent financial activity.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low, all my buildings all belong to me.
For much of his career and retirement, Mayweather has carefully crafted a public persona centered around extraordinary wealth and luxury. From traveling by private aircraft to showcasing high-end sports cars, oversized diamond jewelry, and stacks of cash, the Money Team brand became a defining part of his identity. However, new reports suggest federal authorities are examining whether portions of that fortune were generated or sustained through activities that may not have followed the law. According to documents referenced in those reports, investigators are also reviewing claims that Mayweather may have either invested funds into ventures now considered questionable or served as a high-profile representative for projects that allegedly misled thousands of investors, particularly individuals located in international markets. As those allegations are assessed, scrutiny continues to grow around how certain business dealings were structured and promoted.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
Happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
1 point. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say, you know.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece. That's
One of one.
Money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Stephen A. Smith is not speaking from a distance when it comes to Floyd Mayweather's success. Over the years, he has personally observed the scale of Mayweather's lifestyle, from his expansive residence and elite automobile lineup to the luxury aircraft he travels in. Beyond the visible symbols of wealth, Smith also understands the magnitude of financial achievement Mayweather accumulated throughout his boxing career. He has followed the journey closely enough to recognize how Floyd's discipline, preparation, and performance in the ring translated into enormous earnings outside of it. Because of that first-hand awareness, Smith approaches conversations about Mayweather's financial empire with a distinct viewpoint, one shaped by seeing both the athletic accomplishments that generated the fortune and the strategic business choices that contributed to its growth.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
Stephen A. Smith's strong response resonates even more because his perspective comes from personal experience. He hasn't just commented from afar. He has spent time inside Mayweather's residence himself. During previous interviews and podcast discussions, Smith has spoken about the property as more than just a luxury estate. He has portrayed it as a representation of accomplishment, highlighting it as evidence of how far one individual can rise through ability, dedication, and calculated brand building. That direct exposure adds context to his reaction and gives his comments additional significance.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me
Yes.
are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 3-1.
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close to 15.
However, the narrative began to shift when Mayweather moved into a different phase of his professional life: exhibition boxing. Following his official retirement, he returned to the ring, not in pursuit of additional championship milestones, but in appearances that many viewed as financially motivated. One matchup frequently referenced in that discussion is his event with Logan Paul. Stephen A. Smith openly questioned that decision, suggesting the contest lacked meaningful competitive substance. Paul, who built his platform on YouTube before transitioning into combat sports, was not widely regarded as a legitimate challenge for a fighter of Mayweather's caliber. For an athlete who once stood at the very top of the sport, participating in that type of exhibition was perceived by some observers as less about legacy and more about generating revenue.
As if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor. Not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
During an appearance on the Pivot podcast, Floyd Mayweather was questioned about Logan Paul's public statements, claiming he had not yet received full payment for their exhibition bout. When the topic came up, Mayweather appeared to downplay the situation. He explained to the hosts that he has always supported content creators and platforms like YouTube, and he implied that the matter was not a major concern. According to Mayweather, the delay in payment was simply a timing issue, emphasizing that financial transactions do not always process immediately. However, some viewers interpreted his response differently. Rather than offering a direct confirmation or denial regarding the outstanding payment, his comments were seen by certain listeners as sidestepping the core question, appearing to soften the issue instead of addressing it head-on.
Logan Paul, he said you owe him some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
And you got to realize, when you used to getting, to them, that's real money. And I like YouTube because I don't mind getting a YouTube check.
Shit, we getting a YouTube check.
Right.
This is going to be a big YouTube check.
Yeah, so, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while, And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when the tables turn.
Right.
Look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the tables turn, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
New coverage has sparked debate surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s statement that he secured a $42 million real estate portfolio consisting of 62 rental properties located in Upper Manhattan. Although Mayweather has publicly claimed, including through posts on social media, that he holds full ownership of the buildings, follow-up reporting indicates the circumstances may be more complex than initially presented. In one Instagram video, he displayed footage of several apartment complexes and stated that every property belonged solely to him, emphasizing that there were no partners involved. However, a review of official property filings cited by Business Insider reported that the recorded ownership details for those buildings did not reflect a transfer consistent with his claims.
Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself, what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently addressed growing discussion, suggesting that his reported $42 million property acquisition may have played a role in potential financial strain. In response, he firmly denied those implications. Mayweather maintained that the Manhattan real estate deal was completed solely under his control, stating that he personally secured all 62 buildings included in the portfolio. He further clarified that the transaction was funded entirely with his own capital, stressing that no outside partners or investors participated in the purchase.
Yes, Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion rather than full ownership of all 62 buildings outright. In summary, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed to purchase 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, aiming to enhance affordable housing in the area. While these claims have been widely reported, the exact details and confirmation of ownership are still subject to verification. So even ChatGPT is saying like that's not official. Whether Mayweather is saying it or not, ChatGPT is saying it's not official. That deal has not gone through.
Despite Mayweather's public statements, property records reviewed by Business Insider indicate that official ownership of the Manhattan buildings has not been updated. This suggests that he may have acquired only a partial stake, potentially with the option to increase his share at a later date. The discrepancy between his announcements and the recorded filings has raised questions about the precision of his claims and whether certain aspects of the deal have been misunderstood or intentionally left undisclosed. Throughout his career, Mayweather Jr. has been recognized as one of boxing's highest-earning athletes. His wealth was built on an undefeated record in the ring combined with careful self-branding and promotional strategies.
Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Stephen A. Smith has often voiced concerns regarding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s exhibition matches following his retirement. While he acknowledged that the bout with Conor McGregor was reasonable, given McGregor's background in professional combat sports, Smith has criticized Mayweather's contests against opponents with limited experience. He argues that participating in these types of fights mainly for financial benefit risks, diminishing the legacy Mayweather carefully established throughout his undefeated career.
The third having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
During a candid interview, Stephen A. Smith questioned Floyd Mayweather about his priorities, asking whether he valued his legacy in the sport more than financial opportunities. Mayweather's response highlighted his business acumen and talent for generating revenue, which led Smith and many observers to conclude that his attention had shifted from preserving his boxing accomplishments to focusing on maximizing earnings.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is I made smart investments and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that They are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But Fear, it's important to point this out about you. You're not just that way when it comes to your family and your children. You're that way with professional athletes. I know NBA players that have relationships with you, professional football players that have relationships with you, etc. And the same thing that you just said that you preach to your children and your family, you've been preaching to them. That seems to be a personal mission of yours. Why?
It's about giving back. You know, I don't have to go on record and talk about the things that I do. I don't have to go on record.
Adding another layer to the conversation, former UFC fighter and analyst Shil Sonnen offered an unexpected viewpoint. He suggested that the Mayweather vs. McGregor event may not have been as financially monumental as it appeared. According to Sonnen, a significant number of the supposedly sold-out seats were occupied by stand-ins positioned to create the impression of a full arena. Having witnessed the event firsthand, he called attention to the carefully curated image put forth by Mayweather's promotional team, highlighting the discrepancy between perception and reality.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
During an interview with Stephen A. Smith, Floyd Mayweather was questioned about whether he prioritized his legacy in the sport or his financial success. Known for his money persona, he acknowledged that his career earnings have surpassed $800 million. However, he made clear that his main focus has consistently been on growing and safeguarding his wealth.
In the sport of boxing, I've already made somewhere upwards of $800 million.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
We ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses.
What's your take on this? Do Floyd Mayweather's exhibition bouts enhance his legacy? Or do they risk diminishing it for a retired champion? Is it reasonable for him to prioritize financial opportunities over competitive challenges? Share your opinions and reactions in the comments section below. We want to hear what you think.